Good afternoon and welcome into David Farrington Park in the eastern suburbs of Wellington for round 2 action in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership as Team Wellington take on Hawke's Bay United. The home side got their season up and running last weekend with a hard-fought 1-0 win in the local derby against the Wellington Phoenix reserve side, while today's visitors went down 3-0 at home to Hamilton Wanderers, with all 3 goals coming in the second half. Speaking of goals, there are usually plenty when these two play one another. In fact, 17 in their last 3 meetings. Let's hope for more of the same this afternoon. My name's Jason Pine. A great pleasure to be bringing you this game today. Welcome in wherever you may be watching from. It'll come as no surprise, I'm sure, to those familiar with Wellington that there's a bit of a breeze around today, fresh northerly. It'll favour the team kicking from left to right as you watch this broadcast. Cloudy skies overhead and 15 degrees. So certainly not the worst conditions to be playing a game of football in, and one that these two teams and their sets of fans I know have been looking forward to for a while. Something of a derby, just 3.5 hours between these two, give or take, on a road trip, which is what Hawke's Bay United have undertaken today, bussing down this morning to take on Team Wellington this afternoon. Team Wellington, they are on the field as we speak, wearing the dark strip. Let's have a look at the way that they'll line up. There's the squad list. I can tell you there have been 3 changes to the side that beat the Wellington Phoenix last weekend. Justin Gully is injured, his place taken in the back 3 by Scott Midgley. Hamish Watson comes in up top for João Moreira, and it's a National League debut for Juan Gatkek. He's in for Alex Policevic. And otherwise, Team Wellington with the same side that beat the Phoenix reserves a week ago. As far as Hawke's Bay United are concerned, they've made just the one change to their side from that which went down to Hamilton Wanderers a week ago, and it's an injury-enforced change with the Frenchman, number 6 there, Hugo Delhomel, out injured. Corey Vickers takes his place in the centre of midfield. Otherwise, it is the same side that started a week ago against Hamilton Wanderers up in Napier. We're just about set for a start. Our referee today is Matt Conger. He'll be assisted by Mark Rule and Isaac Trevis. Team Wellington to kick off, kicking from right to left as you look in the darker strip. Hawke's Bay United in the wide, and we're underway here. It's round 2 action in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership early on in the season, and with both sides looking, I'm sure, for the maximum 3 points today. And for Team Wellington, that would continue a good start to the season. They'll be one of the favoured sides, of course, having led the league when it was called off alongside Auckland City last season. Look for them to dominate possession early in this one. This is Gatkek on debut in 20 in the middle of the park. He's been excellent for Miramar Rangers during the winter. Juan Gatkek, just 20 years old. Robertson, a name familiar and a man familiar with Team Wellington supporters, having played a lot of football here in Wellington. Number 20 for Hawke's Bay United as Team Wellington look to attack. This is McKeown. His educated left foot looking to get one in, and claiming it well was Scott Morris. A good first touch for the Hawke's Bay United goalkeeper, 19-year-old out of Whited Upper in the Central League. His dad's flying up from Nelson today. Dad Paul here to watch his son Scott in golf Hawke's Bay, and he was nice and safe with that one early on. These two only met once last season. It was here at David Farrington Park in round 9. Hamish Watson with a brace that day. Sam Mason-Smith and Natty Halamariam also on the score sheet in a 4-0 win for Team Wellington. It's Mason-Smith. He's dispossessed by Vickers in the middle of the park. First chance to see Jesse Randall in action. There's big raps on this kid. Plays this football, the number 7 for Hawke's Bay out of North Wellington, off to the United States next year on a scholarship at Kentucky, or Northern Kentucky University. There was some doubt over Scott Basale's inclusion in the Team Wellington side. Apparently he woke up this morning with a very sore shoulder, but came through the warm-up okay and takes his place in the team, the Team Wellington goalkeeper and captain. He's going to get another touch here, gets it back from Mata. A little bit hairy on the clearance there, Basale, but I think it'll turn out okay for Team Wellington. Good passing through midfield. Here's Andy Bevan to link up with Watson, sporting one of the better haircuts going around the ISPS HANDA Premiership. Now it's McKeown, and good tackle by Bill Robertson, and flag up on this on the far side for offside. Bill Robertson, he'll know all about the threats possessed or presented by Mason Smith, and Watson up top for Team Wellington. Offside flag up though, so any danger was only short-lived. Really strong link between these two clubs. I talked about Bill Robertson having played for Team Wellington. Fergus Neal has also had time in Team Wellington colours. A number of the Team Wellington players have represented Hawke's Bay at various stages. The Hawke's Bay players have played for Team Wellington in the past. And a number of these Hawke's Bay players also have played their winter football here in the capital, the likes of Jesse Randall, Sam Pickering, Caelan Gould, George Akers on the bench today. Free kick here for
we didn't even touch him.
The visitors.
What? He was.
Heavy challenge there on Sam Pickering, and a good position this for Hawke's Bay United. Jesse Randall is there, also Caelan Gould. He was another who played here during the winter for Wainui and Mate, helping them win promotion to the Central League. So Randall and Gould looking to cook something up. Number of men forward for Hawke's Bay, including Robertson. Hoy is there, Vickers as well. So it's going to be Caelan Gould to swing this one in. Just about everybody back for Team Wellington. Hamish Watson, the man they've left up. Here is Gould. Towards the near post it is, and it's Shrivers. There were calls for handball there as it struck Shrivers on the body, not heeded by referee Matt Conger, and Team Wellington now come away with it. This is Jack Henry Sinclair. He was looking for a run from Midgley, which didn't really come out wide right, so it all broke down for Team Wellington. Here's Gould. What can he cook up? Faced by Shrivers. A prolific goal scorer for Wainui and Mate, Caelan Gould, during the winter. 24 goals in 19 games for Wainui in Capital Premier, including 3 hat-tricks. This is Sinclair, goal scorer last week in the 1-0 win over the Phoenix. Pasale a bit errant with that. By Keown looking to feed Watson. It's gone through to Hamish Watson. And he has won the first corner of the contest for Team Wellington. Hamish Watson, of course, part of the Phoenix side, played 39 A-League games across 4 seasons, most recently in 2017-18. Here's Bevan towards the far post where no Team Wellington player had stationed themselves. Taylor Shrivers looks out towards Andy Bevan and asks the question why the cross was so deep. So good start for both sides, attacking intent from both. The wind, which has threatened, according to the forecast, to get up to 100k at times, is certainly not at that level at the moment. In fact, looking around, the good thing about David Farrington Park is that the club rooms are at the northern end and act as a bit of a buffer for any of the wind from the northerly direction, which is certainly happening today. This is Jesse Randall. Keeping a fairly close eye on him, I would imagine, the Team Wellington side. Picked up by Mason Smith. He sees Watson off on a run. Robertson is sprinting across to try and halt his progress. Watson on the right foot. Great save by Morris. That's a really, really tidy save by Scott Morris as Hamish Watson cut inside onto that favoured right foot of his. Morris saw it all the way and palmed it aside. So here is Watson as we look on replay, and that's going in. Morris with a strong save early on in this one. Team Wellington still on attack through McKeown. Defended well by Pickering, and now Gould looking to break free. Foul on Gavin Hoy. So that'll please a couple of people, that save by Scott Morris, the man himself, and also goalkeeping coach for Hawke's Bay United, Jonathan Gould, who actually has Scott Morris as a tenant at his house. He's got a little cottage out the back, and that's where Scott Morris lives. He gets one-on-one sessions with Jonathan Gould during the week, so pretty good environment for a youngster to be in. Played his winter football at Wairarapa United, goalkeeper for Hawke's Bay. Might be in action again here in a minute. Sinclair goes down under challenge. Vickers the culprit, and free kick for Team Wellington. For the short pass to Midgley. He looks into the channel for Mason Smith. Didn't find its way through, so rather wasteful in that free kick situation, Team Wellington, but they have the chance to recalibrate here. Barcia, once again, he can't find Mason Smith, and Mata and Shriver sprint back after this one. No need though, Gould gave up the chase fairly early on. So it's round 2 in the ISPS HANDA Premiership. Waitakere United against the Phoenix, 2 o'clock this afternoon up at Seton Fields in Auckland. Tomorrow, Hamilton Wanderers host Auckland City at Porritt Stadium, and Eastern Suburbs at home to Canterbury United. One's launched forward. Gould will do well to get this one under control. He can't. Here is Woods though. I like this kid, young Woods, and now here's an opportunity for Pickering. Well, I wondered whether he might have had the shot there across the face of goal. Randall's going to keep it in. Pickering with an opportunity, it appeared to fire a shot on goal himself. He elected for the cross to the far post. They still have an opportunity though. Hawke's Bay through Gould. Takes on McKeown. Looks for help from Woods, gets it. Half cleared by Shrivers. Good patient play by Hawke's Bay here. They've started pretty well, but unable to get a shot away to trouble Basale, and now Team Wellington can break through the dangerous Bevan. Gat kick. Bevan again just looking to calm things down for the home side. Vastly experienced player Andy Bevan, brought up in Napier, played some football for Hawke's Bay United early in his club career. Good crowd gathered here at David Farrington Park. It's a ground where the crowd can get nice and close. As you can see on the far side there, they can just about reach out and touch those players if they felt so inclined. Once again, the delivery into the final third from Team Wellington, perhaps something to give Coach Scott Hales a bit of a scratch of the head. Once again, it's all broken up there with Vickers, just slips momentarily on the turf, but regains, and now Hoy, he's got Randall outside and looks for Jesse Randall off on the run. He's got good pace, the youngster. He's held up by Midgley, goes down, referee right there as you can see. Randall and Midgley together, well done from Scott Midgley. He's got that one away from the dangerous Jesse Randall. You could see the pace from Randall there as he latched onto that pass. Once again, he the front third, just not quite what they would have hoped, I'm sure. Once again, Randall is the target out left. Seems like they want to use him as often as they can early in this one. And he's won his side a corner on this occasion, Jesse Randall. Second in the Golden Boot standings for the 2020 Central League, Jesse Randall, 18 goals for North Wellington. Only guy who scored more in the Central League was Sam Mason-Smith with 20 for Miramar Rangers, many of them on this ground. So set piece opportunity for Hawke's Bay with Randall set to take this one. Out towards the edge where Fergus Neal might unleash. No, instead he elected for the pass to Robertson, and as Team Wellington tried to pass it out from the back, it all came unstuck. Pickering. Now Woods. This is Vickers. Gould, the passing from Hawke's Bay is nice and cohesive. Well, it was until Gould tried to get rather ambitious with that one. Here's Fergus Neal. Still there for Hawke's Bay with Caelan Gould. Jackson Woods looking to swing one in. bit close to the goalkeeper. Scotty Basale saw that coming a long way out. So once again, the build-up is good from Hawke's Bay, but the final ball not quite what it could be. Sam Mason-Smith gives away another one with Watson, his intended recipient. Jackson Woods in 3 for Hawke's Bay on the ball now out of the Auckland City Academy. Played every game for Central United during the winter, and a real good addition for Hawke's Bay, and a shot comes in. I think that might have been Gavin Hoy who let fly there with a speculator from outside the penalty area. Scotty Basale, I think, had it covered. He was scrambling across, but saw it defeat his right-hand post. Good open field to this game. First 13 minutes or so have flown by at David Farrington. Sam Pickering, it's a famous football name around these parts. Well, more on that in just a second as Basale comes to grab that one. Speaking of goalkeepers, Sam Pickering's dad is Barry Pickering, former All Whites goalkeeper, went to the World Cup in Spain with the All Whites in 1982. He's here in attendance today, obviously, to watch his youngest son in action for Hawke's Bay United. Played for the Petone club during the winter. I was talking about Jackson Woods, the Aucklander. He's recently been part of a New Zealand under-20 training squad, so somebody who's been identified by those at the top of New Zealand football is one to keep an eye on. Great to see Bill Robertson still running around at this level. 4 seasons with Team Wellington, champions in 15-16 and again in 16-17. Returned to Hawke's Bay last season and holds the record for the most appearances for this side. This is his 89th game for Hawke's Bay. Drifts this one forward, easily dealt with by Shrivers. McKeown can't get it past Wood. Shrivers again, that's a better pass to Bevan. And Mason-Smith linking well with Watson, who in turn links well with Sinclair. What can Team Wellington create here towards the far post? And Mason-Smith was always tracking back as that one found its way in from Jack Henry Sinclair. Mason-Smith very good in the air, but would have had to have been a foot or so taller to be able to direct that back towards Watson in the 6-yard box. The passing was better though. Bevan, Mason-Smith, Watson and Sinclair all involved. 15 minutes gone here at David Farrington. No score between these two. There's Barcia of the Wellington Olympic Club. He gets a shot away and it lands not far from where we're sitting, up here on the balcony. The throng of fans you can see up there, always just aware that a wayward shot might find its way up towards the balcony. Team Wellington seem to be dominating possession in recent times, and just as I say that, that's a commentator's curse, isn't it? That one's passed straight out. Just the one real chance for either side, and that was the Hamish Watson shot that was turned aside by Scott Morris. Other than that, there have been some good pieces of attacking endeavour from both sides, but nothing that's had to trouble Basale just yet. Ball down the line from Woods was aimed for Hoy, the Canadian, and 10 there. Only 2 goals in 15 appearances last season for Gavin Hoy. 9 and 15 for Napier City Rovers during the winter. He's a proven goal scorer. One of the few goal scorers for Hoy club. On that second is it's Neil now. One's easily cut out by McKeown. Woods will go again. He might line one up. He's a bit far out, isn't he? Jackson Woods again, bustling away there. Full of energy, the youngster. Finds Gould. Once again, it's just a lack of quality in the final third there for the visitors today. Here's Corey Vickers, the Englishman. Looks to find his countryman Gould, too far ahead of him. Corey Vickers in 5 for Hawke's Bay. 14 games for Tasman last season, who are not involved in the ISPS HANDA Premiership this year. Coastal Spirit during the winter for Corey Vickers. Gets the opportunity with, as I mentioned at the top of the broadcast, with Frenchman Hugo Delamel, who looked good actually last week in the first game for Hawke's Bay. Injured in that game, not able to take his place today. There's Pickering battling away. Has it taken off him? And tracking back was James Hoyle. Team Wellington again with Midgley looking for Sinclair. What can they create down the right using Mason Smith? Sinclair, nice pass. Well, it would have been. It was intended for Midgley. See the little intricate triangles they're trying to play to open up some space down the right-hand side. Not able to at the moment. Fergus Neal on the left side of this defence today. A week ago against Hamilton, he played at right back with Woods on the left. So a switch for the fullbacks in this one for Hawke's Bay United. Central defensive pairing of Hoyle on the ball now and Robertson, two fairly robust defenders. Neal and Hoyle are co-captains of this side in 2020-2021. There's Gat kick. Taylor Shrivers, 6th season with Team Wellington. He's become something of a veteran at the age of 23. Gat kick now with some clever feet. Mason Smith's dropped deep. See Sinclair out wide right. He's going to take on Fergus Neal. Here is Sinclair. Just snips that one away from Pickering. Midgley thought about a pass to Mason Smith. Barcia. Bevan. And McKeown. Faced by Woods. Can he get the 1-2? Bevan goes inside instead. He's run into a bit of a cul-de-sac there in the middle of the park. Finds Barcia as an outlet. He was looking for Sinclair, whose footing let him down there in the penalty area. Allowing Hawke's Bay to, well, they could have got it away, but they've given it away, as have Team Wellington, so sloppy from both sides. Neal looking to free up Randall, and now Hoy and Randall might better cook something up together here. Here it is with Caelan Gould, and it just wouldn't sit for him. Gatcat gets back and defends well. He doesn't think the last touch was off him. He protests the referee, but either way, it was good defensive work by Juan Gatcat, as it looked as though there might be an opportunity for the Hawke's Bay United side. As it is, it's another corner. Randall on set-piece duty again. He's got Hoy over there with him. Instead, it's swung in by Randall, away by Mata. Collected by Neal. He's going to launch it back into the penalty area. Headed towards goal and just wide from Hoy. Got up, good elevation from Gavin Hoy. He's not the tallest man out there, but good contact. Direction just a bit off. Scotty Hales said after the win for his Team Wellington side last weekend that it had a hint of pre-season about it. He felt there were moments that were very good. Other things they're still ironing out. Overall, he was pleased with the 3 points, obviously. Hawke's Bay United head coach Chris Greatholder understandably disappointed with his side's 3-0 home loss to Hamilton. He gave credit to the opposition and reminded everybody that they're a new group that hasn't been together for that long, and there's no doubt that they will get better over time. He makes a good point. 6 new players in last weekend's starting 11. I mentioned the goal scorers before. Hawke's Bay scored 32 goals last season, and the scorers of 25 of them have now gone. Hinga Selemani, top scorer with 10, he's gone. Ihai Delaney's gone to Canterbury, he got 5 last year. Dylan Sacramento, Angus Kilcolly, Jack Parker, Josh Signey, all gone. So it is a bit of a rebuilding phase for Hawke's Bay United. Put on a good showing here early on in this one. Certainly mixing it with Team Wellington midway through this first half. It's Jackson Woods. Gould ahead of him, an ever willing recipient. McKeown with a foot in, and then Barcia, typically robust in the middle of the park there. Mason Smith's dropped very deep there, and he's fouled on halfway, surely by Vickers. No, says the referee. So they'll play on. Mason Smith has stayed down. In the meantime, here's Jesse Randall with a shot on goal, and turned aside by Basale. Well, There were protests from the Team Wellington bench. They thought that Sam Mason-Smith was fouled there in the centre circle. He's feeling the effects of a fairly sturdy challenge, and Matt Conger's going to come and have a look now. Let's have a look at this effort from Jesse Randall. Cutting inside Midgley and always aware with Scotty Basale at his near post. So Randall's given up corner kick duties now to Gavin Hoy. Whether he's done it reluctantly or happily, not too sure. Hoy's decided to take control of this one. Once again, it's towards the near post and punched away by Basale, who I think was a little bit deceived by the flight of that one. Hawke's Bay will look to reconstruct through Woods. Randall. Hoy still out there from having taken the corner and wins a throw off Midgley. There's Randall again. Step overs trying to get the better of a couple of defenders, and this time there is a foul called by Barcia on Jesse Randall, so it'll give Hawke's Bay United another opportunity to line up a set-piece situation. Matt Conger just going to make sure that the two-man wall is back the requisite distance. I don't know whether he's got the spray. I can't see the spray in the back of Matt Conger's shorts today. He certainly hasn't used it, so he's just stepping out the 10 yards. Randall looking for a ball to the far post, just a bit too much on it from Jesse Randall, and with the wind behind it, as it is for Hawke's Bay United in the first half, then it's just a bit too much on it. So yeah, the northerly is blowing at the backs of Hawke's Bay United in the white. As I mentioned before, it's not quite as brisk as a part in that game between Wellington and the Wellington Phoenix. Hasn't been as much of a factor today. Mason-Smith's back in the action and trying to win that one over the top of Vickers. Can't, but Barcia, as always, at the base of that Team Wellington midfield and picking up the scraps. It was aimed for Mason-Smith. Hoyle in the way. Gat kick. Has it taken off him by Mandir. Finds Randall. Danger here for Team Wellington. Jesse Randall bangs into a defender, Mata, and rebounds into the hands of Scotty Basale. Well, Jesse Randall is at the heart of a lot of good stuff that Hawke's Bay United are doing in the attacking third. As I mentioned a couple of times, there are already big raps on this kid. He's the recent recipient of the College Sport Wellington Footballer of the Year and Futsal Player of the Year, actually, so good at the indoor stuff as well. Still a young man and a little bit unassuming as well. Doesn't look, I guess, in the traditional sense, like a footballer, but certainly has got everything about him, Jesse Randall. Looking to receive again, then goes away. It's Hoy. Neil. He's going to launch one in, too close to Basale. No problem for the Team Wellington custodian that time. 26 minutes gone at Davey Farrington Park. No score between these two Lower North Island neighbours. Team Wellington looking to get their passing fluidity going again. Hamish Watson's been a bit starved of possession in recent times. He'll be looking to get his foot on the ball a bit more often than he has. Randall and Barcia come together. Probably a foul on Barcia, but the referee, Matt Conger, allows play to go on with Team Wellington in possession. Bevan. This is Ben Mata, the New Zealand under-17 international, formerly of the Wellington Phoenix. Good to see Ben Mata getting a couple of starts early in the season for Team Wellington. Good play by Gould in front of Shrivers, but the pass was probably aimed for either Woods or Hoy. Didn't find either. Good energetic start by Caelan Gould. Watson has got his foot on the ball now. McKeown is his target. It's a good play by Hawke's Bay to snuff that out before it became a dangerous opportunity. Rory McKeown in 23 for Team Wellington, started every game last season. Northern Irishman. He was an apprentice at Ipswich Town when Roy Keane was in charge there. Rory McKeown, he's enjoying his time here in Wellington. Works as a personal trainer when he's not playing his football. Here he is, centre a shot now, 23. Goals for the home sides were a little bit hard to come by in week one of the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership. Only Auckland City of the home sides last week managed to get on the score sheet with their 1-0 win over Eastern Suburbs. The Phoenix, Canterbury United and Hawke's Bay United all drawing blanks at home in round one. Hoyle was aiming for Randall there. It's too narrow though. Defensively, Team Wellington have been very, very good in the first half. If you look at all of last season and the first game of this season, they've conceded just 5 first half goals in their last 17 games, but they're in trouble of conceding here. We're in danger of it with Hoy and Basale with the tip wide. But just as I was saying how good they'd been in the first half defensively, Hoy was in then. Basale at his near post was short, and let's have another look at this one. It was Gould who found Hoy relatively unmarked. Mata came across, and the shot was probably going wide. Basale just making sure, tipping it around the post for another Hawke's Bay United corner. So Basale has certainly been the busier of the two goalkeepers, without question, in the first half hour here. Hawke's Bay looking to cash in through Hoy. Shrivers deals with it easily at the near post. Delivery, not quite what Gavin Hoy would have been after, I'm sure. Cheaply, and Team Wellington might have the chance to break quickly. Sinclair on the ball again. How is his delivery? Can he get one in past Fergus Neal? No is the answer. That's really good defensive work from Fergus Neal, tracking Jack Henry Sinclair all the way, not allowing him to get the cross in, and in fact coming away with the ball. And now turning defence into attack, Fergus Neal. Randall. Mandair. Now Woods. Pokes it past Gould, or pokes it to Gould, past McKeown. Here's Caelan Gould. Oh, another really good opportunity for Hawke's Bay United. Caelan Gould with the radar just off. As the ball found its way through to the Englishman, he twisted and turned. He's a good addition to this ISPS HANDA Premiership. Caelan Gould taking his form for Wainui Mata into the National League. Basale under a bit of pressure there, looking for McKeown, a bit too much on it for the Northern Irishman. Just a bit of frustration, perhaps, setting in for Team Wellington. They no doubt came into this game as favourites after their win last weekend and Hawke's Bay's loss. They have had the better of Hawke's Bay in recent times. I mentioned the 4-0 win last season. It was a 2-2 draw the season before, and a quite extraordinary game up in Napier, which Team Wellington won 6-3. Aaron Clapham got a couple of goals that day. Angus Kilcoy on the score sheet. Ross Allen, player, all scoring in the Corey and Frenchman Maxime Oliveri scoring for Hawke's Bay. A 6-3 win for Team Wellington a couple of seasons ago. But it's Hawke's Bay United again on attack, and it's Caelan Gould sizing this one up. Is this too close to Basale? It was. He punched confidently from under his own crossbar. Just whallied up into the Miramar sky by the home side. Hamish Watson coming across to try and make it difficult, and does a pretty good job as well, earning his side a throw. It's one thing that you know about Hamish Watson. He's going to give you 100%, going to give you a physical presence. He didn't play last week because he understand because he down the ladder from about the third rung and felt a bit of a twinge. Rung his coach and said, "Scotty, I don't think I can play this week." So it was João Moreira who started up top last week, but Hamish Watson has recovered from the ladder accident, back into the side. Given away in by Team Wellington. Mandare looking for Randall. They're certainly using him as an outlet. No secret as to the Hawke's Bay tactic of bringing Jesse Randall into the game as often as they can. He's won another free kick for them. Decent crowd in attendance here at David Farrington. You can't see the near side, but it's a good throng of fans there enjoying the action, no doubt. A few have probably come down from Hawke's Bay to watch their side. Randall sizing this one up again. Not quite what he was hoping, I'm sure. As it has found its way across, though, to Vickers. He can't find Gould, but he'll step in again and pick up an errant pass. Mandare, he can't find it either. And once again, the head goes to the air from Sam Mason-Smith as he can't quite find the pass he was after. Well, I would imagine that Chris Greatholder, one of the co-coaches of Hawke's Bay United, along with Bill Robertson, the player assistant coach, be pretty happy with what he's seeing. He'd be happier if Gavin Hoy can finish this one off. Here's Hoy looking to pull it back for Gould, couldn't quite. They've certainly spent a lot of time in the attacking third, Hawke's Bay United, without managing to cash in. They do have the wind at their backs, as I say, but their possession and weight of chances would suggest they perhaps could have opened the scoring. Haven't managed to do that just yet. Keown with the raking crossfield pass. Matt Conga, and it's rebounded back past the byline. So there's a few questions being asked there of referee Matt Conga. Did that one bounce up and hit Fergus Neal in the arm? Team Wellington certainly thought it did. Upshot is a goal kick for Hawke's Bay. And talk about Scott Morris in goal for Hawke's Bay. He's hardly had to touch the ball, really. Had that save from Hamish Watson early on, but since then has really been largely unemployed. This guy hasn't been unemployed. This is Jesse Randall. He streaks past Ben Mata, who gets a last-ditch tackle, and then a little back heel from Randall. Well, Ben Mata, you've got to give it to him. Randall was certainly past him for pace, but he went to ground and got the foot in. A cheeky little back heel attempt from Jesse Randall, which would have been immensely satisfying for him, I'm sure, if it had found its way in. But Randall, a clear and present danger for this Hawke's Bay United side. Let's have a look at this attempted goal-scoring opportunity for, look at that pace from Randall, but that's really good for Mata, and then the little back heel from Randall improvising. Probably something he's done on the futsal court more often than outside. Yeah, it's a good battle, that, between attacker and defender. You can see the Team Wellington substitutes warming up not far from me, among them the likes of Moreira and Pilicevic, who both played last week. Bevan was absolutely surrounded by a forest of taller men there as he tried doing that one there. I'm not sure lumping the ball towards Andy Bevan's head is the best tactic. Robertson looking to free up Woods. Gets a shove from Shrivers. Nothing wrong with it, says the referee. And it's good defensive work by Taylor Shrivers. Vickers muscles into Bevan and dispossesses him. Hawke's Bay are well up for this one, don't you worry about that. Robertson aiming for Gould. Hoy has dropped a bit deeper, looking to free Gould up again. Watches it drop over his shoulder. It's faced by McKeown. Good initial tackle by McKeown. Woods is in the action. Hoy just sitting on his heels there as that one's played forward to him, and Gadkek should be able to clear his lines. Will be a Hawke's Bay United throw though, as that lands somewhere up by our camera operator. Can Hawke's Bay United turn what has been a pretty good performance in the first 38 minutes of this game into a goal? Gould looks likely to create something, goes past Shrivers again. Shrivers though is not going to let him, is he? Is that a foul by Taylor Shrivers? No, says the referee. All's fair in love and war, but it's given away again by Team Wellington. Get it back though, and there's a chance for a bit of a break on here for Team Wellington with Sinclair and Watson streaking forward. Hawke's Bay are back in numbers though, including Jesse Randall, who's done really well to get back there. Here's Midgley. And plenty of white shirts back now for Hawke's Bay, so it's going to have to be a reconstruction and recalibration by Team Wellington. They'll come out towards the left. Shrivers under a lot of pressure, finds a nice little pass to Bevan. Here's Bevan. It's well defended by Corey Vickers, and it all petered out, unfortunately, for Team Wellington. So they can't quite get that goal-scoring mojo going today. Garcia battling away, and that was handball. Easily picked up by the referee against Pickering. Now, Matt Conger wants to have a word with somebody here. It might be Watson, I think. He's having a quick word to Hamish Watson and suggesting that perhaps there's something being said. Watson and Robertson, what a battle. I mean, those two, neither is going to give an inch to the other. Two players who know each other pretty well. They've been teammates in the past, opponents today. Shrivers looking for the pass. Mason Smith is his target. Keogh with the ball forward towards Bevan. He gets away from Vickers. Now's the delivery from Andy Bevan. No one to really aim at the moment. He's waiting for reinforcements to arrive. McKeown. He gets across and towards the far post. Sinclair places it back. No one there for Hawke's Bay, for Team Wellington rather. Headed away by Vickers. Still there for Team Wellington. Bevan tries to push it past Vickers, can't quite, and Woods brings it away. It's Caelan Gould and Taylor Shrivers together. It's again a robust kind of a contest there. It's great to see all around the park these 100% challenges going in. Both teams not willing to give up too much to the other. Into the final 5 minutes of the first half here in Wellington. No score between these two. Mason Smith, he has it taken off him by Hoyle. Randall, will he push it and go? Gives it to Hoy, who ignores the return pass to Randall and instead finds Mandair. Here is Karen Mandair running across the face of the penalty area. Tries to play a pass. It's a rather unusual one. In fact, I think it's taken a deflection. Otherwise, Woods would have tried to bring that down. Yeah. So throw to Hawke's Bay United. Well done. Big for Watson to head back towards goal. Would have been a difficult skill to execute. Watson now back in towards Mason Smith, who brings it down just a bit heavy on the first touch from Sam Mason Smith. Good cross in from Hamish Watson, aiming for his striking teammate there, and the two come together and have a bit of a high five as they jog back. Mason Smith is a very, very proficient penalty area player. He just couldn't quite get the touch on that he wanted. Here's Midgley, good run by Midgley as he breezes past a couple of players, gets a tug on the shirt, does he? Referee says that's okay, you can have a corner instead. Scott Midgley's asking why perhaps it wasn't a free kick with the old tug of the shirt. Still a set piece situation though for Team Wellington as we head towards the break here. McKeown's gone across to swing this one in with that educated left peg of his. Mason Smith, Shrivers, Bevan, Mata, Watson all in the area. Sinclair just in the penalty arc. Delivery key from McKeown. It's towards the far post. It's too big and Shrivers is going to have to sprint over and try and get something from this, and wins a throw off Woods. Just a bit big from McKeown, who now has to jog all the way across to take this throw. Bevan wants it early, doesn't get it. It's a long throw from McKeown. Sinclair comes to get it. Good close control by Jack Henry Sinclair. Bevan has McKeown as an option. Good tackle by Woods, really good tackle by young Jackson Woods to take that off McKeown, who's now sprinting back to try and win it back. Hoy. Mandir to get it to Randall. Midgley's having none of it. Shrivers looks up and sees Bevan, can't find him with Woods in the way. I've been impressed by young Jackson Woods at right back for Hawke's Bay. Doesn't look overawed by the situation, just a young player. He's making his way in the National League. Midgley's done a good job in the absence of Justin Gully as well, and here he is now looking to get on the end of a return pass. He's done well. Here is Midgley, looks up for a cross towards the far post. Here's Watson, can't quite get on the end of it, but it falls to McKeown. Chance still there for Team Wellington. Mason Smith again and again. A couple of chances for Sam Mason-Smith to convert, one with their head, and then when it fell to him, he couldn't quite get the connection. And this might all break down a bit for Team Wellington, although McKeown's going to go back and try and recycle. Really good opportunity for Team Wellington to open the scoring just as we approach half-time. Sinclair, Robertson with a powerful header away. Hoy looking to free up Gould. Instead they might go out towards Randall, and as he got the pass away, it was Barcia who came in, and I think Mario Barcia might be the recipient, he is, of the first yellow card of the contest. So good play by Gavin Hoy to hold that one up on halfway. Mario Barcia coming through and earning a yellow ticket. Here's the replay of the incident. There's challenge. Mario Barcia earned the attention of the referee. Just the one extra minute to be added here at David Farrington Park. Pretty free-flowing first half without too many stoppages, so minimum of one extra minute to be added by Matt Conger. Team Wellington strike in the shadows of half-time, they might. Opportunity for Bevan, he pulls it back, looking for Sinclair. Wouldn't fall to Watson with Robertson in the way. Andy Bevan over on the right now, just for the final stages of this first half. And to set something up, they still might have an opportunity to make something happen here, although it's all got rather messy over on the far side there. Sinclair tries to tidy up, and it'll be a goal kick. So that might just about be the last action of this first half. Quick check of the watch from Matt Conger, 20 seconds or so to go before they can have a half-time cup of tea and an orange. And in fact, Matt Conger decides that the goal kick doesn't need to be taken, and that is half-time at David Farrington Park in the eastern suburbs of Wellington. It's been a goalless first half between these two sides, but if you look at the weight of chances and the opportunities and the relative busyness of the two goalkeepers, you'd probably say that Hawke's Bay United might just have shaded this. They'll be disappointed they haven't managed to open the scoring and in fact score their first goal of this ISPS HANDA Premiership season, but they've certainly given a pretty good account of themselves in the first half, and we'll look forward to doing the same. Wellington around their the front third, which Scotty Hales will want to address at half-time. So as we go to the break here at David Farrington Park in Miramar, the scoreboard reads Team Wellington 0, Hawke's Bay United 0. Welcome back to David Farrington Park in Miramar in Wellington's eastern suburbs. Two teams making their way back out onto the playing surface, 0-0 at half-time. Interesting conversations no doubt had by the coaching staff of both sides and the respective players. This is round 2 action in the ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership. They're just about to kick off at Seddon Fields. Waitakere United hosting the Wellington Phoenix Reserves. You can see that one on skysportnext as well if you like. Tomorrow, Hamilton Wanderers against Auckland City at Pirate Stadium. That's a 2 o'clock kickoff, also available on the Sky Sport Next service via YouTube and on the Sky Sport platform tomorrow at 4 o'clock. The bright Hawke's Bay United with probably the better of the opportunities. Certainly Scott Basale was the busier of the two goalkeepers in goal for Team Wellington. Hawke's Bay United to kick from right to left as we look in their all-white strip. That's into the northerly breeze here at David Farrington Park. Hawke's Bay United not able to benefit from having the wind at their backs in the first half. Not through lack of trying though, and they'll try again in the second half as they kick from right to left in their all-white strip. It is the darker strip of Team Wellington now with the wind at their backs as they look to find a way through this stern Hawke's Bay United defence. Team Wellington keeping up that record that I mentioned earlier in the broadcast of being a pretty good defensive side in the first half. Just 5 first half goals in 18 matches now conceded by Team Wellington, so they're very good at the back. And they had to be today, and they might have to be again here as Caelan Gould breaks forward with an early opportunity. Taken off him by Barcia as he overran the ball. Energetically tries to get back and make things difficult. He looks an enthusiastic player, Caelan Gould, doesn't he? The bleached blonde hair there. And it was Fergus Neal. The foul on Sinclair. Gould remonstrates with the officials. Still going. To no avail. Here at David Farrington, of course, a couple of David Farrington Park in 9, when to rename the ground from Centennial Park as a mark of respect to David Farrington, who passed away in 2008, legendary figure around these parts, and in fact in New Zealand football for more than 40 years. Coach Miramar Rangers, Wellington representative sides, the New Zealand women's side, still fondly remembered at the ground that bears his name, David Farrington Park. Saleh brings this one out into midfield just about. Fergus Neal is there ahead of Jack Henry Sinclair, and he's been impressive again, Fergus Neal. He's been around the National League scene for a while now and always been a competent, confident player wherever he's plied his trade. He was here with Team Wellington in the 2015-16 season. Played in the OFC Champions League as well that season with Team Wellington, losing to Auckland City in the final that year. Far side. Now it seems to me that we've had a change there, because that looks like Nati Halamariam in 10 for Team Wellington in place of Sam Mason-Smith. So just had the confirmation of Halamariam on for Mason-Smith. I wonder whether that knock he took in the first half is the reason for that. Early corner for Team Wellington. Nati Halamariam, he's himself played for Hawke's Bay back in 2013-14, had time with the Phoenix in Auckland City, but has found a good natural home here in Wellington. McKeown with the delivery here. It finds its way out to Sinclair with a shot and rebounds away. Hawke's Bay United just struggling to clear it at the moment, but Sinclair lined that one up and as it left his boot, it was certainly on target, but blocked in the penalty area. Hoy playing this one through to Randall. We know he's got pace, but so too is Midgley. Midgley doing really well there with Jesse Randall's pace. We know a real asset of his as Hoy found him with that through pass, but Scott Midgley having none of it. So Halamariam Watson and Bevan now, the front three for Team Wellington. No changes as yet for Hawke's Bay United, although there are a couple of substitutes warming up off to the side of their bench. They've got the likes of Caden Atkins, James Mack, Ahmad Othman and George Akers, who they could take advantage of as far as their outfield substitutes are concerned. McKeown has got the better of his opponent there. Vickers, who gets up and gamely plays on under a bit of duress. Barcia skips away from Pickering and heads out towards McKeown. It's a good ball to Rory McKeown. Now how's his delivery? It's too close to arms. Good connection from Mario Barcia. We know he can hit a ball. Anybody who saw his goal at the Club World Cup not that long ago knows he can strike a football. Scott Morris, though, was in good position and gathered Barcia's strike. So seems to be a bit more urgency about Team Wellington early in this second half. Imagine that Scotty Hales had a few things to say, the Team Wellington coach, at half-time. Halimariam has tripped as he attempted to get close to that ball, and there's a wee bit of a disagreement going on in the middle of the park. Corey Vickers it was who caught Natty Halimariam as he attempted to come forward, or actually drop back and grab that pass. Referee's a quick word. No harm done as far as bookings or anything are concerned. Mata trying to make a decision about which pass he'll play here. About 3 or 4 thinks about it and decides, I think he'll bang it long now towards Watson, just in the penalty arc. Nice little header by Hamish Watson, but he was in an offside position. So that's one of the strengths that Hamish Watson brings to the game, as an aerial threat. A little knockdown there for Halimariam, I think, was the plan, but Watson had got himself advanced of the last defender. Mark Rule, the assistant referee on this near side, with the flag up. Team Wellington come again, though. Bevan and Sinclair. But Neil breaks things up. Gould looking to combine up top. Here's Pickering charging through. Now Mandare, he's got a man outside, but Mandare shoots into Mata and deflects into the hands of Scott Basale. Well, Mandare had Randall outside on his right. Elected instead to shoot. The deflected effort was actually fairly comfortable for Scotty Basale. But he might have some more work to do here as Gould breaks forward. Neil is in attack, but broken up, and ball from Midgley back to Basale. Robertson has a couple of goes in it in the centre circle. She gives it away. Sinclair. McKeown with a bit of real estate to work in now. Gatkick. Barcia. Set upon by the other number 11. Gould gets away from him, though, and is fouled. Wasn't really going anywhere, into a bit of a cul-de-sac there, Barcia. So referee Matt Conger decided to come back for the original foul by Gould on him. 52 minutes gone here. Still no score at David Farrington Park. But Team Wellington have looked a lot more urgent in the early stages of the second stanza. McKeown's going to come back and use his left foot for this one. Not much of an angle, really, though we'll be looking for the likes of Halimariam, Mata and Shrivers at the far post. Drifts it towards that area, dealt with by Hawke's Bay United, so it fizzled out, unfortunately, for the home side. Retained possession. Looking for Sinclair. Does really well to bring that down. Jack Henry Sinclair. That's tucked off to him. Tug on the shirt for Halimariam, was it? Doesn't matter. Here's Hamish Watson. Chance here for Team Wellington. Slides it sideways. Surely the goal now. No, what a great save by Morris. Again, the block from Hoyle that time as Andy Bevan looked to follow up. So initially the save from Morris, and then the last gasp defending from Jim Hoyle. It scrambled away for a corner. Let's have a look at that one again. Here's Watson as he slid it sideways. The shot came in, and it was actually wasn't Morris, it was into Woods and then Hoyle. So Morris didn't actually have to make the save. It was deflected 2 times by Woods and then by Hoyle. still there for Team Wellington though, as they try to take advantage of the corner. Gavin Hoy battling away in the middle of the park. He's done well, the Canadian. Showing that he can do some of the dirty work in the middle of the park as well as up top, and that's going to be a yellow card, no doubt, as the protest comes in, but it is Sam Pickering who picks up the yellow card for his foul on Jack Henry Sinclair, and there's a bit of concern being shown here by Ben Mutter for Jack Henry Sinclair. Pickering into the book for Hawke's Bay United. Have a look at it again as here is Pickering in on Sinclair. He just mistimed the challenge. Sinclair nicked in ahead of him and drew the foul and the yellow card for Samuel Pickering. Looks like he's going to be okay. He's up into a sitting position as Jack Henry Sinclair. Hopefully he can shake off the injury, just being attended to by the Team Wellington physio at the moment. Wellington Olympic Player of the Year this year, Jack Henry Sinclair, 14 goals in 17 games. He also won the Players Player of the Year. Looks like he's just being asked to rotate the shoulder. This actually might not be quite as promising as I initially hoped. 7 goals in 16 games for Team Wellington last season. He started every game. So it looks as though he's done something to his right shoulder in this challenge as he fell to the ground. Just being rotated by the physio now. Referee Matt Conger has asked for that little piece of exercise to be done off to the side. I got a thumbs up there from Jack Henry Sinclair, so it looked as though he wanted to continue. He's been asked though to go to the side, and Matt Conger wants play to go on. He's having a word to Pickering, who actually doesn't believe he did a lot wrong there, but the yellow card has been issued, so carry on. Jack Henry Sinclair has made his way over to the far touch. Probably continue to do a few calisthenics over there, get the shoulder rotating, and hopefully be back into the action before too much longer. In the meantime, the free kick is taken. This is in towards Watson from McKeown. But goalkeeper Morris out quickly. Good contest this. It's been a bit of an arm wrestle. Still nothing as far as goals are concerned, but both teams would fancy themselves to get all 3 points here today. Next week, Team Wellington are at Seddon Fields to take on Waitakere. That's next Saturday. Hawke's Bay United are up at Kiwatia Street on Sunday to face Auckland City. Wouldn't want to go to Auckland City with 2 losses from 2 games. Never an easy place to go and try and win a game of football. Once again, Gould making things difficult for Midgley, who took it away, but Gould, has he fouled Andy Bevan there? Well, Bevan's come away with the football, so they might just play on. In fact, they will, and they'll recalibrate all the way back to Basale. He's a bit of pressure put on him by Hoy. I'll try and pass this one out, will Team Wellington. They might not be successful. They have won themselves a throw, have they? No, it's gone the other way. Hawke's Bay with an opportunity to take advantage. Here is Caelan Gould, thought about a shot. Drifts one in. Here's a chance for Hawke's Bay. What a save! What a save that is by Scotty Basale. That is a terrific save by the Wellington goalkeeper and captain as Sam Pickering poked it towards goal. The strong right hand from Scotty Basale keeping the score level at 0-0. Let's have another look at it. Here's Gould as he looked to drift one in, brought down by Pickering. In fact, it was his first touch. That is a really tidy save by Scotty Basale for Team Wellington. So Pickering, just a minute or so after being booked, had the opportunity to score. So change for Team Wellington. Jack Henry Sinclair has not recovered from that knock, and he is substituted. Jake Williams, the Nelson-born player, is into the game. He came on as a substitute late in last weekend's game against the Wellington Phoenix Reserves, and he's back into the action today. Played for the Wellington Phoenix Reserves for a while and for Tasman. Here he is in Team Wellington colours. Jake Williams on for Jack Henry Sinclair. Hawke's Bay United wander across and eventually assume responsibility for it, is he? So The big men forward for Hawke's Bay, the likes of Robertson, Hoyle, Mandare, Vickers at the back with his arm in the air, wanting... The ball has come, well, it's a rather unfortunate delivery from Hoy, dealt with eventually by Williams, but it really wasn't what the doctor ordered as far as Gavin Hoy was concerned. They will have a throw though, Hawke's Bay United. Neal, Pickering, back to Fergus Neal, tidy, on towards Randall. Was he fouled in the act of it? No, says the referee. I'm quite happy with that. You've got to throw Hawke's Bay down by the corner flag. Neal in the action again, tries to poke it through towards Hoy. Vickers, it's been good in the engine room. Corey Vickers today for Hawke's Bay United. And then another free kick given up by Team Wellington. Jesse Randall has decided that he'll take this one. Gavin Hoy has stationed himself in the penalty area and we're waiting for the delivery from Jesse Randall. Good elevation on it. Robertson with the header up in the air. Hoyle's there, away by McKeown. In the penalty arc is Caelan Gould. Hoy and Gould. Gould pushes it past McKeown. Well done by Caelan Gould. Can't get the cross in though, as it's Mario Barcia backing up his mate there and doing the last ditch defending. Throw in for Hawke's Bay. Vickers goes down, gets back up. Woods trying to link with Gould, who's done well there. Caelan Gould, he's been very good today. Mario Barcia, always a hard obstacle to get past, and he's brought it away. Bevan into Helen Mariam. Mandare takes it off him. Bit of fizz in this game now, bit of feeling in the game between these two. Good to see. Had a quarter of an hour in the second half and still goalless in Wellington. So already there have been 2 substitutions required by Team Wellington, both injury enforced. Sam Mason-Smith and Jack Henry Sinclair both succumbing to injury, replaced by Nati Halamariam and Jake Williams. Get the feeling that Hawke's Bay United might go to the bench soon. Ahmad Othman is getting stripped. Foul on Shrivers over there, which everybody seems to be quite keen to let the referee know all about. And yellow card for Vickers, I think. He's certainly been in the thick of it, has Corey Vickers. Seems like the kind of player who you'll find in those midfield exchanges fairly regularly. So where's the opening goal of this game coming from? As I say, Team Wellington have been better in the second half, but still goalless here. And Sam Pickering with that really good chance a short time ago that Scotty Basale was able to palm aside. Caelan Gould always looks capable, and here he is again, but Shrivers is there ahead of him. Makes the tackle and him out wide right. Watson. Once again, he can't hold on to it. Midgley blasts forward with ball at feet. Scott Midgley, he has it taken off him. Randall and Vickers over there combining. Woods. Now Hoy has peeled away. A couple in the area to aim at. The delivery's not bad, just a bit far ahead of Gould, and Basale always good on crosses. And gathered safely. Watson's in a bit of a cul-de-sac. He's fouled back there, is he? No, says the referee. Get up and play on. Watson not happy. Ball forward towards Gould. Shriver's in the way. And rather cheap free kick given away there by Gavin Hoy on Rory McKeown. And here is the change for Hawke's Bay United. And indeed it will be Ahmad Othman, the Syrian, who played his winter football for North Wellington in the last few months. He'll be replacing another bloke who played here in Wellington, Sam Pickering. So Pickering off, Othman on. 19 minutes gone second half. Othman a striker by trade, although he has been known to play in midfield as well. 3 goals in 9 games for North Wellington across the winter. First opportunity for Ahmed Othman to get involved, and he's climbing all over the back of Juan Gatkek. Good to see Othman nice and energetic early on, but to his detriment. I suppose coming off the bench, there's always that temptation to try and make an impact early on and get the fresh legs involved. Kick looks like he's fouled again there by Othman. The crowd certainly thought so. Matt Conga was keeping a close eye on it, given away. Gould using his pace, Shrivers using his bulk, and bulk wins out over pace on that occasion. Well done, Taylor Shrivers. McKeown with a good first touch, not quite so good second. United looking to find this way through. There's almost a bit of a coming together, and in fact, the referee has said that will be a penalty. Rory McKeown coming together with the youngster Jackson Woods, and as Scotty Basale came out, there was a bit of confusion between McKeown and Basale, and the upshot of it all is a penalty. Let's have a look on replay again. As the ball was, McKeown was wanting Basale to come and get it. Basale said, well, I thought you were going to clear it. And it was McKeown who committed the foul in the eyes of Matt Conga. And a golden opportunity now for Hawke's Bay United and Jesse Randall to put the visitors ahead. Prolific in Central League this season for North Wellington, Jesse Randall, up against one of the best in the business in Scotty Basale. It's Randall. It's a great save by Basale, and tucked in by Randall. Well, you've got to give it to the youngster. Denied at the first opportunity by Scotty Basale with a strong parry, but Randall was aware enough to nip in and lift it over the top of Basale for 1-0. Hawke's Bay United take the lead here at David Farrington Park, courtesy of one of the standout players today, Jesse Randall. Randall's penalty, a good save by Basale, but that is a nice tidy finish by Jesse Randall under pressure from a defender and goalkeeper on the rebound. So Randall scores Hawke's Bay United's first goal of this ISPS HANDA Premiership season and has put his side into a 1-0 lead midway through the second half. So Team Wellington with it all to do now. A real mix-up between McKeown and Basale that led to that penalty being awarded. Now Caelan Gould's gone down in a bit of a heap. So there's a bit of feeling here. Team Wellington, of course, do have the advantage of the wind at their backs, but they're going to have to come from behind to win this one. Scotty Basale will be annoyed with himself. It was a good save, a good strong right hand. And he's going to be in action again here as Mandare looks to get the cross and away by Mata. Caelan Gould is back in an unfamiliar position. He's barged into by Watson fairly, says the referee, and away they come, Team Wellington. Hamish Watson with a heavy touch. He has it taken off him by Vickers, back on his feet, and now sprints back to try and win it back, does Hamish Watson. This one's forward towards Hoy. Mata is there. And has it been given away? Just about has. Othman's there trying to make a nuisance of himself, the substitute. Watson again is dispossessed. Vickers has been really vigorous in the middle of the park for Hawke's Bay United today. And a couple of standout players for the visitors. Given away again by Team Wellington. Hoy. Othman, he's got Randall outside, the goal scorer. Jesse Randall, quick feet, can't get past Midgley Good play by Scott Midgley there as Randall looked to use those futsal skills, and that should be a booking for Jesse Randall. He came through a Mario Barcia there. Easy one for Matt Conger to adjudicate on. Probably a little bit of frustration there by Jesse Randall as he gave the ball away in the penalty area, came through on Barcia and earned himself a yellow card. So one of the problems, I guess, for Scotty Hales and for Team Wellington is he's only got one sub left, but it might be João Moreira who he introduces. Out-and-out striker, warming up as we speak. You can see him there, top of picture. Just going out a shot now, João Moreira, the Portuguese striker. Might be that we see him into the action at some stage in the next little while. 20 minutes to go, plus stoppages here in Wellington. Hawke's Bay able to keep it off Vickers and Woods, but he's surrounded. Gets a foot to it, 1-by-1. Garcia. Midgley bringing Williams in. And Jesse Randall again getting himself involved. Mata tidies up. Chance now for Team Wellington with Bevan in towards the goal and headed in. What a great goal that is by Nati Halamariam. That is a really good header. As Team Wellington weren't down for long, the ball came in from Andy Bevan and Nathaniel Halamariam rose unmarked, it has to be said, but even so you've still got to get the contact. Let's have another look at it. Ball found its way out to Andy Bevan, in it came, Halamariam unmarked and looped the header over the top of Scott Morris for 1-1. Game on at David Farrington Park as the home side draw themselves level in this one. Well, the marking left plenty to be desired by Hawke's Bay United on that occasion. Unmarked in the penalty area was big Nati Halamariam, and he did what needed to be done to draw Team Wellington level at 1-1. So after 65 minutes of no goals, we've had 2 in about 6 minutes. And Team Wellington back level on the scoreboard, so maybe the substitution can wait, although I know Scotty Hales will be extremely keen to get all 3 points here. A bit of wind in their sails now, the home side. The Keown dispossessed. Caelan Gould won't stop running. That's one thing you can be sure of. Gets away from Shrivers. Leading him on a merry dance into Hoy. Can he get a return pass? He might just know is the answer. Well, is that a tug on the shirt? Is that a chance? It's a great saving tackle by Scott Midgley. That is brilliant defending by Scott Midgley, getting back. Looked like a tug on the shirt there, to be fair. Referee thought it was okay, but Midgley, the last gasp saving tackle, ball behind for a corner as Hawke's Bay almost regained the lead in fairly quick fashion. So Hoy is going to swing this one in. It's far too big, unfortunately, from Gavin Hoy. Bill Robertson will gamely try to keep this one in. In fact, does pretty well to do that as he fouled over there. Yes, he is. Well, that's about the best possible result there from Bill Robertson as he sprinted after that one, the 36-year-old, like a 16-year-old. And won his side a free kick, which Randall's going to size up. Rather unnecessary to be giving a free kick away, to be honest. He's not really going anywhere over there, Bill Robertson. So, 1-1, 28 minutes gone, second half. Randall sizing up another set-piece opportunity. This one's dealt with by Bevan. Watson's going to try and make it difficult for Neil. This calls for calm for Team Wellington. There's no need to panic too much. Still plenty of time left in this one. They've got their equaliser. Now they go in search of a winner. Gatkek with a good, powerful challenge. One Gatkek, he breaks forward now. Othman back trying to take it off him and does successfully. Gatkek's had a good, solid starting debut for Team Wellington, off the bench last week and into the action from the first whistle today. Bevan dispossessed. That one's okay too, says referee Matt Conger. He's let quite a bit go today, but that's okay. All the teams want is consistency when it comes to that sort of thing. Midgley has it taken off him. Fergus Neal, captain's armband on his left bicep. to Gould. Tries to find Hoy and get a return pass. Gatkick again is in there doing the dirty work. Halamariam gets an elbow in the face from Ahmad Othman. And referee deciding he doesn't want to see any of that. Free kick for the home side. Approaching the final 15 minutes in Wellington. It's been a good contest, enjoyed by the mainly partisan home crowd here. Wind hasn't got up anywhere near as much as we thought it might earlier in the day, looking at the forecast. There were winds of 100 kilometres an hour forecast at times this afternoon, which would have made things rather unpleasant for players and spectators. Gould again is the target here as Shrivers knows he's there. Mata puts it into the trees. Hawke's Bay United not shirking the opportunity to try and ISPS HANDA Premiership attacks, rather defences, headaches this season, I can tell you that. He is a 100%er. And a guy with good feet, nose for goal. Great addition to this National League. He doesn't get that one with McKeown in the way. Watson's not going to get that either because Bill Robertson is going to step in. So we enter the final 15 minutes in Wellington. Game evenly poised at 1 apiece. Randall's going to try and keep this one in. He managed to do that, but deflects it behind for a goal kick. Just keeping an eye on the two benches. Might be some more activity on the Hawke's Bay United bench, perhaps. Got a couple of options if they want to introduce something a bit different. George Akers might be a guy who comes onto a ground he knows pretty well, having played the winter for Miramar Rangers. Gould again making a nuisance of himself. Hoy as well. The Energizer Bunny type pairing up top, aren't they, for Hawke's Bay United? Here is Gould again, trying to get it off Gatkick. Barcia is in there helping out. Bevan calmly to Gatkick, who looks like a big, rangy kind of player, doesn't he? All arms and legs, but no short amount of skill as well. Randall trying to make it difficult for Midgley. Scott Midgley has had a really good game. He has been excellent at the back for Team Wellington. Justin Gully not far from me here in the commentary position with a bit of a niggle, but one which isn't going to keep him out for too long. He'll be impressed with the way that Scott Midgley has stepped in. Here he is trying to set up an attack. Hamish Watson off into the corner with Bill Robertson touch tight. Watson and Robertson together, and Mark Rule has decided, the assistant referee over there, to wave his flag for the foul by Watson on Robertson. Just almost got a close-up view of that wonderful mullet of Hamish Watson's there. Doesn't seem that keen on cutting it off, which is good to see. Randall and Hoy, and now Othman can't keep it in. He's been energetic since he's come on, Ahmad Othman. He and Randall know each other pretty well, having both played for North Wellington during the winter. Good feet from Halamariam. Barcia always comfortable in possession regardless of the players around him. Basale can't find McKeown. Gould is in there. Here come Hawke's Bay again. Ball played wide for Jesse Randall, who's done well to keep it in. Jake Williams with a good piece of defending on that occasion though. Fergus Neal finds Randall again as we get a couple of gusts of the wind I talked about before. And towards Mata and Basale. Well, it was shades of McKeown and Basale from a short time ago that led to the penalty there. Just a little bit of confusion between the two. Eventually though, Scotty Basale took responsibility and collected the ball safely enough. Randall, really good from Jesse Randall, has his pass, well, it's into the path of Gould. That is a really good piece of last-ditch defending by Taylor Shrivers there, because had that one got past him, Caelan Gould was in on goal then. Taylor Shrivers, that's into the elbow of Caelan Gould, and handball, says Matt Conga. Going to have another sub now, and it's going to be Hawke's Bay United who make the sub, and it is in fact George Akers who's going to make his way onto a park he knows pretty well. He played every game for Miramar Rangers in the winter as they became Central League champions. New Zealand under-20 international, son of Napier City Rovers legend Martin Akers, who may be here or may be watching on the live stream. G'day to you, Martin. As your boy makes his way on in place of Gavin Hoy, who's been wholehearted and energetic for 80 minutes. Replaced by the last 10 minutes plus. The two sides just steel themselves for the final charge. All through results are definitely still on the table here at David Farrington Park today. Well, Midgley wasn't happy with that decision, and he's earned himself a booking, has he, for a bit of dissent there. Well, in the view of Scott Midgley, that one came off a Hawke's Bay player last. He bounced the ball in frustration, and Matt Conga has handed out a yellow ticket. So Midgley goes into the book. Now Rory McKeown has nipped in here, and there might be an opportunity for Team Wellington to create something. Robertson comes across, McKeown into the area, and the diving header just over from Watson. Delivery was good though. Really good delivery from Rory McKeown. Watson good in those situations as he angled in towards the near post, but the header up and over. Team Wellington have lost a bit down their right-hand side with the departure of Jack Henry Sinclair. They're using the left more often with McKeown and Bevan combining over there. I'll go out towards the right now and see if they can get something out of Jake Williams. Team Wellington, no protests this time. A robust challenge over there, and it's left Scott Midgley down. They might want to put that one out, Team Wellington, and allow him to get some treatment. Mario Garcia might want to put this one out. I think he's going to now. In fact, he hasn't got the opportunity because Matt Conga's decided that he'll call proceedings to a halt so that Scott Midgley can be looked at. Just be getting back to his feet okay. George Akers helping him to his feet. Matt Conga inquiring as to his health. He looks okay. Just a slight limp for Scott Midgley. Going to be a drop ball here, and I'd imagine that Hawke's Bay United will just give this one straight back. Team Wellington, if Scotty Hales decides to use either Morera or Policevic, who he's got at his disposal. Looks like we're going to see another change for Hawke's Bay with James Mack, the third, getting ready to come into the action. Here's Gould. Shrivers gets himself ready again for a bit of defending. Doesn't have to in the end, as Gould's delivery for one of the first times today doesn't go to where he'd hoped it would. Neither team seem content to settle for a point here, and why would they? Midgley is back into the action and looks okay after his knock a short time ago. Offman this time is fouled by Williams. Othman and Akers, the two substitutes combining. Mack is ready to make his entrance, and that change is now going to be made by Hawke's Bay, their third and final change of the afternoon. So James, or JC Mack, has played international football for the Virgin Islands of all places. Plays his winter football with Napier City Rovers, and we're just waiting to see whether, I think they're waiting to see actually whether Ahmed Othman is going to be okay to continue here. They were ready to make the change, and then they just said, hang on a sec, if Othman can't carry on, we might have to change things. He's a bit ginger, is Ahmed Othman. He's carrying on for the meantime. Randall dinks it in. Robertson looking to get on the end of it. Midgley gets it away. Williams gets it down the line under pressure from Akers. I don't think Othman's in great shape here. He's limping around, and I think they're going to have to change the change because Ahmed Othman is not in a state to continue, unfortunately. So the substitute is going to be substituted. So whoever was going to come off, and they'll have to make the change. I think it was Caelan Gould who initially was going to come off. The 11 was showing, but they've now changed it. I'm not sure they've... well, this is the Team Wellington change as well, with Gatkek on for, or off rather, and Moreira on for Gatkek. So that's the Team Wellington substitution. And for Hawke's Bay United, it is Ahmed Othman who has gone off to be replaced by Mack, JC Mack. So that's the full suite of substitutes used by both sides. Under 5 minutes plus stoppages to go here. Evenly poised 1-1 at David Farrington Park. We hope that Ahmed Othman is okay. You never like to see a player go off. We've had a few injury worries today. Mason Smith and Sinclair both going off for Team Wellington. Now Othman for Hawke's Bay United. We hope that he's okay. Here's Moreira with his first chance to get involved. He brings McKeown back in to the penalty area where Bevan scrambles across. Robertson in close attendance. McKeown trying to get it onto that left foot, dinks it in, but away from Hawke's Bay. Still there, man goes down the penalty area. Now the shot up and over. What a really good effort there. Watson was appealing for the penalty. The shot came in the meantime and just defeated the crossbar. Let's have a look at the action unfolding here. So as the ball came in, Hamish Watson thought he was fouled there. Williams with the shot. That is a really good effort from Jake Williams. The upshot is that it's a goal kick after all of that. Hamish Watson was absolutely adamant he'd been fouled in the penalty area there. Matt Conga not having a bar of awarding a second penalty of the game, with just 3 minutes plus stoppages to play at the end of what's been a pretty compelling game for the viewers, I have to say. I've enjoyed bringing it to you. I hope you've enjoyed watching the live stream on Sky Sport Next. It's been a good, willing contest and continues to be as Woods comes across and denies Watson another opportunity. He sprints across though and wants to get things done quickly. Brings Williams in. Williams' ball towards Morris, who just pats it down under pressure from the approaching Bevan and collects safely enough. So is there a final sting in the tail of this game? We haven't had a draw so far in the ISPS HANDA Premiership. All results, if you like, in the first week. Fergus Neal, he's been good as well, the captain of Hawke's Bay United. He couldn't quite free up Akers that time though. And a rueful little acknowledgement there, raise of the hand from Fergus Neal as he jogged back. Scotty Basale urging his troops forward. He's got Moreira up there now to aim at as well, and Hamish Watson. Unfortunately that one's shanked a bit by Scotty Basale up into the scaffolding. You'd have to think there'll be one more chance for someone here. Who's going to fashion it? Who's going to construct it? Who's going to give us a grandstand finish? Moreira finds Williams with a nice pass. Jake Williams wants to get it onto that left foot of his, and it comes flicked on. Moreira! Watson with the nice little cushioned header. Moreira with a first-time volley. Radar slightly off from the Portuguese, and up and over it went. That might have been the chance. as we approach the final minute of normal time here. You think there'll be 2 or 3 minutes added. That's normally the way these things go with substitutions, etc. in the second half of matches. Mack trying to flick that one on. Halamariam in midfield. Bevan climbing high and doing well. Watson helping it on. Here's Morata again. Is this the moment for João Morata? What a goal that is! From João Morata. The ball set up for him and he's lashed that into the top corner. What a goal from the substitute. And Team Wellington look as though they've nicked this one. What a strike from João Morata. That is some goal. Let's have another look. It is well worth a look. You'll be watching this over and over. It's set up for him. Look at that. That's a cracking goal from João Morata. He started last week off the bench today and 90 minutes. That is a thrilling goal at the end of a really good game of football. And we're now into added time, so we're in the hands of the officials now. And Hawke's Bay, I reckon they can feel a bit hard done by just quietly. They've really contributed to this game and might still, but a couple of moments of inspiration. Halamariam's header drew Team Wellington level, and then that from João Morata, put through on goal by Hamish Watson, and unerring into the top corner for 2-1. Well, looking across at the Hawke's Bay United bench, and Chris Greatholder is over there and probably wondering what's happened because his side is now on, looking like it's going to be on the receiving end of a second straight defeat to start the ISPS HANDA men's Premiership season. Didn't quite get a look at the extra minutes to be added. I presume it was about 3. We've had 1 extra minute so far, and Team Wellington will now just want to suck the life out of this game and bag the 3 points all around this ground. When that ball hit the back of the net, there were cheers and fists clenched into the air. What a way to win a football game. Hawke's Bay now know that time is their enemy as they try and find some way of getting back down the other end. As I say, Team Wellington are absolutely in no hurry to take this latest. Gets the opportunity, will just take this one into the corner and use that physical power of his to just hold it in the corner. Team Wellington are in exactly the right part of the pitch. Here is Watson. He's going to head towards the corner flag, no doubt about that. He's set upon by Mack and also by Neil, but they can't get the ball off him. They can now. Has that gone behind for a corner? No, says the referee. We'll carry on. Here's Barcia. Still full of running, Mario Barcia. He's just the heart of this team. McKeown with the shot along the carpet, always defeating the post. We've had 2 extra minutes. Scotty Hales is up off his bench, telling his team just to hang on for a minute or so more and we can bag the 3 points, lads. They're certainly in the right part of the pitch, as I say. Watson again will make things difficult. Hawke's Bay just keen to get the ball forward now. A couple of Hawke's Bay players are on the ground and they've won a free kick. Likely to just throw any player forward now as they look to try and get something from a game which for a while, just a short while, but for a while they led. Jesse Randall's goal with what looks like the winning goal, although Hawke's Bay have thrown just about everybody forward here apart from a defender and a goalkeeper. Vickers looking to be the recipient. Neil is there, forced into the corner, but he's won the throw for his team. Bevan heads it up into the spectators. Check of the watch from Matt Conga as we're past 3 extra minutes.
Look to step, look to step.
Neil launches it in. Akers is there. Barcia acrobatically away. All eyes on the referee. Still time to play, he says. Launched forward by Woods towards Gould. Powerful header by Shrivers. Halamariam is just told to hang on to it. Instead he lumps it downfield, asks Morata to chase, which he eventually does. Not with any great urgency, it must be said. Mandir. Akers peels away. Midgley is up. Akers wins it down almost to the feet of Randall. And away by Shrivers. That might just about be the last chance. If that had fallen at the feet of Jesse Randall, then something special might have happened, but it didn't. And now Hamish Watson again is just going to use that bulk of his. There's a bit of argy-bargy there with Vickers and Watson and Williams and Hoyle coming together. Handbags at a couple of paces there as Hamish Watson made a nuisance of himself. 4.5 extra minutes have been played here. Matt Conga says we've still got time to play. Jake Williams, throw that one in. And it's bounced out, unfortunately, for Team Wellington, but it is all the way down the other end. Hawke's Bay United will have to go 80 metres to score here. And they're not going to be able to do so. Matt Conga brings proceedings to a close here at David Farrington. Jack Henry Sinclair to beat the Wellington Phoenix. It has been João Morera off the bench today with a late winner after the sides had traded goals through Jesse Randall and Nathaniel Halamariam earlier in the half. The game really sprung to life in the second half, didn't it? Goalless at the break, but the goals flowed in the second period, and they flowed the way of Team Wellington eventually, with João Morera, the hero of the hour, off the bench to score the winning goal today. For Hawke's Bay United, well, they have contributed well and truly to a very, very good game of football, and will feel, I'm sure, slightly aggrieved that they're leaving Wellington today without any points to show for what has been a pretty decent contribution to a very, very good game of football. We certainly hope you've enjoyed watching it. We've loved bringing it to you. An excellent game of ISPS HANDA Men's Premiership football has ended at David Farrington Park, with Team Wellington beating Hawke's Bay United by 2-1.